Okay, I skipped a week because it was kind of eventful and stressful, and it's not that I had nothing to say. It's just that I couldn't say it. But during the week, there's something happened that I'd like to tell you a story of. I've been attending. I don't know if I've told it on video or not. I know I've posted it on my Facebook page, but I don't think I've actually told it via Boomer. But I've been attending a diversity seminar, and it's a multi-part seminar, and each session, we've been going over a different part of the diversity issue, and it's not it doesn't deal with equality, it deals with equity, and which I think is so cool. The whole aspect of it is a little bit different than other diversity seminars or infos that I've attended or been part of, but it's good. It's called Cracking the Code. I don't know if you've heard of it or not, but it's quite interesting and a great way to present racial inequities. But the other day, like yesterday, as a matter of fact, was our final session, and it was great. It was kind of the same thing where we watch the film, we go into individual groups, and then the whole group discusses. But I brought forward a story that I'd like to tell you, and something happened during. I work at a community college, and let me preface this video with the fact that I don't want to offend anyone. You know, whether you believe in racial equality or you don't, that's your deal, man. That's your deal. You know, it's like I don't want to go on YouTube and then somebody meets me at the corner of my driveway and blows my head off because I believe in equality. I'll tell you another story first, okay? About 55% of my family is of color, and that's the way we were raised, and that's the way we were learning. We were taught, and that's the way we are. But I have friends, people, not just acquaintances. I consider them friends in my workplace and in my life that don't think the same way. You know, I have friends of color who don't think of equality the same way I do. I have white friends who don't think of color, of people of color, the same way I do. I'd love to turn them around. Yeah, no doubt about that. I'm not gonna deny that. But their life is their life. That's the way they were raised. That's what their parents and their family and their surrounding people taught them. It's like that. That's what they grew up to know. And what else do you have to live by except what you were taught? I get emotional when it comes to equality, by the way, as you can see. I always said I raised my children never to think of color or size or sex or physical ability or anything. Just think about if someone's an ass, they're an ass. But if someone is good, whether they're tall or short or black or brown or yellow or if they have a disability, if they're fat, who gives a crap? All I want to meet is good people in my life, okay? That's all I want. That's all I've strived for. But anyways, let me tell you this story. The first story, I had a friend who knows my background, and he made a comment. This was at work, and he made a comment. And after he made the comment, he said, "Oh, I'm sorry, Michael," because he realized what he had said in comparison to who I am. And he said, "Oh, I'm sorry, Michael." And I said, "No, hey, I don't agree with you, but I'm not offended because I know that's who you are." So let me tell you the worst story in my life thus far, and I don't know how long I'm going to live, but I'm telling you, this was incredible. I eat lunch with Danny Woods and Walter Lee every day, and they are two black men who are members of the Holyoke community family. They work there along with me, and I eat lunch with them every day. And spring break, the campus was a ghost town. I mean, there was on winter break. There are some classes going on. There's things going on. So you had people on campus. But on spring break, there's nothing going on. The campus is closed except for various departments like myself, who get work done while there's no one on campus. But Danny, Walter, and I continue to eat lunch in the cafeteria. Now, during this time, they closed the cafeteria because they have a small cafe that they call the Pod, provisions on demand, up in Donahue, and so they closed the cafe. But we continued to go downstairs because Miss Mary's downstairs, and she feeds us and takes care of us, and we sit there and all alone. It was great because the entire cafeteria, this huge area, is totally desolate, and so we sit and just talk. So we're sitting there, and Danny has his back to the main entrance, and I'm here, and Walter's here, and we're both looking at the main entrance, and this middle-aged, about 40 or so, white woman comes walking in, and she's looking around, she's looking all around. You could tell that she was looking for something, and Walter said, "Can I help you, ma'am?" As she got close, and the woman's eyes went straight. A middle-aged white woman, this is now, with two black men and a white man sitting at a table, and the woman's eyes went straight to me. And she said, "Where's the cafeteria?" And Walter, over here, he says, "Oh, it's spring break, ma'am. The cafeteria is closed." Her eyes stayed fixed to mine, and she says, "Well, is there anywhere I can get any food?" And Walter says, "Yes, up in Donahue, the next building over, there's a small place, it's called the Pod, and you can get food there." The woman, eyes still looking at this face, says, "Oh, thank you very much," and walks away. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't chase after her and say, "Ma'am, why did you just do that?" Because I'm 6'5", I'm big, and I'm a guy, so that would very easily put me in jail if I ran after her. So I just sat there and I looked over and I said, "Oh my God, that has to be the most prejudiced action I have ever seen in my life." And Danny said, "What?" And I said, "Danny, your back was to her, so you didn't see it. But the woman was looking at me the entire conversation that Walter was having with her." So Danny looks over at Walter and he says, "So, did you see it the same way?" And Walter said, "Just like this, exactly like this." He went, "No." And I looked over him, I said, no. I said, Walter, well, the woman looked at me. She did not acknowledge your existence the entire conversation. And you were the one who was helping her. And Walter said, so? I said, so enter my idea of white privilege. I have always denied that. I always said, I have no white privilege. I was born in Edenwald Project. I was poor as sin. We're on welfare. I went to the same schools every black child in Edenwald went to. No. No, there is such a thing as white privilege. There is such a thing as, no matter who you are, the color of this means something to other people. What? In the diversity seminar I just went to, one of the films, a black woman went to a Chinese restaurant and had a little scene there, and she explained it. She said it was like an out of body experience where I was out here looking in at this happening. It was unbelievable. That's the way I felt about that experience. I felt that I was standing off to the side, looking at this happening and saying, "What? Oh my goodness." So I asked the people who were putting on the seminar, after I told the story, I said, I just didn't understand that. And this one of the Hispanic people women who were putting this on, I can't think of her name right now, but she said, when you're in that situation, Michael, she said, you become numb to this. Because your whole life are middle-aged white women ignoring you. So that's why Walter said he didn't feel the same way I did. It makes you think, it makes me think, and I hope it makes you think. I don't care who you are watching this video. I don't care if you're a lover or a hater. Someone who wants this world to become colorless or not. Just think about it, okay? That's all I'm asking you. It's the baffled boomer. A lot more baffled about things in life than just youth. I love you.